Welcome to the Media Hunt Report. I'm here with David Highland from Highland Property Group, based in Sydney. David, welcome to the Gold Coast.
Thank you, Steve.
Now, give us your insights from the perspective of someone that's done a lot of work in Sydney with Sammut Group. You've now got Coast on the Gold Coast. What's the view from Sydney people about the Gold Coast these days?
Look, I think, and this is coming from 25 years of experience, particularly in projects, the Gold Coast market for a long time was overshadowed by other markets, Sydney and perhaps even Melbourne. If you look at what's happened, particularly through COVID, but even leading up to COVID, the whole landscape up here and the environment is changing rapidly. This is the most dynamic real estate market that I've ever been involved in. It's one of the reasons why, obviously, Sammuts have made a decision to secure a key site or a key beachfront location in Garfield Terrace, but also it was a decision that made a lot of sense for us to obviously start our project marketing arm and base ourselves up here now. It's, you're seeing massive trends from Melbourne and Sydney, people either migrating and buying holiday units or even just migrating their families up here because of obviously lifestyle changes, but obviously because of how the Gold Coast has changed broadly.
And Sydney, I guess, has always been the benchmark in the property market. What's the value proposition for Sydney compared to the Gold Coast? I mean, it's a no-brainer. The Gold Coast is a great value. Oh,
look, there's absolutely no comparison. So, for example, our project marketing division is spread across all parts of Sydney. So we're in Western Sydney. If you talk square metre rates in Western Sydney, sometimes 8,000-9,000 a square metre. Sutherland Shire, we're fetching up to 45,000 a square metre on some of the high-end projects, beachfront locations. But then you come to the Gold Coast and you look at our coast development, and we're talking 13,000 to 15,000 a square metre as an average rate, for top-end luxury. And I think the most exciting part about this project is the ability for Sammut to really use their skills in the luxury market and build out oversized apartments. So, if you look at typically Sydney, it's unaffordable, it's not feasible to be building, 550 square metre apartments, whereas here, commercially it makes sense, but there's a massive market for it.
So do you think that might see more Sydney developers, Melbourne developers moving up to the Gold Coast? I mean, we've seen it happen ourselves. We noticed that, Harry Triggerboff's picked up another site as well. Is that going to happen more often? Are you guys leading the way, do you think?
Look, I definitely think Sammut Group are pioneers at a luxury level of Sydney developers making that decision to come up here and obviously service that part of the market that they're known for in our local networks. But I think the proof's in the pudding. If you look at the numbers that we've achieved, so a week ago today, we released the coast development to our database and our internal networks, and this was just an EDM to those networks. Within the first 12 hours, we had 120 registrations. Now, I think that's saying something considering the entry price point is early to mid $3 million bracket. So not only is it affordable up here, but we're seeing our own buyers in Sydney make comparisons around what the next 5 years looks like for them at a family level, and this makes perfect sense.
Well, it's great to have you up here. Welcome to the Gold Coast, David.
Thank you, Steve.
And thanks for your insights, and we look forward to working with you on Coast.
Absolutely, thank you.